Hello everyone, my name is Elle and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a little update for my makeup basket series. This update is going to be a little bit different than the ones I have done previously. I have done 2 so far, so this is only the 3rd one, and of course things are already changing a little bit. I just wanted to try something out and get your guys' feedback because I still am a little bit unclear on how I really want to format my makeup baskets. So for this update, I won't be talking about things that my opinion hasn't changed on. If I'm still using it, I will have it listed down below in my description box, but I'm not going to bother showing it and talking about it because it just gets really repetitive. So an example of that would be the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. I have been using that since my first update. I'm still using it. My thoughts and opinions haven't changed on it, so there's nothing really to show and tell. I'm trying to rush this a little bit, not this update, but this whole series in general, because I really do want to project pan some more. I feel like that really helps curb my makeup spending when I'm actively focused on panning stuff, as opposed to how I have been sort of recently. So that's sort of my goal and what I hope to accomplish. So I'm rotating around like the major categories and figuring out what I could possibly pan, what I want to pan, and what I like and what I want to keep and what I don't want to necessarily finish right away. Alright, so I think that's enough information for you guys. If you have any questions, if anything was unclear, just let me know in the comments down below and I will gladly answer you there and change it for next time. I'm really welcome to any sort of feedback, constructive criticism, anything that could improve what I do. I really do welcome it because I'm always trying to do the best I can. I hate putting out content that people don't like and that people don't respond to, so your feedback means a lot to me. Alright, enough rambling, let's dive into my makeup basket. So the first thing I have to talk about is a face primer. This is the Body Shop Skin Primer Moisturize It, and this is finished. So I am panning products. Just saying. Okay, so this one I finished. I was using this every day. I was occasionally using this for filming makeup and that kind of stuff as well. It didn't take a whole lot of time to go through because I actually didn't have a whole lot of it left as of my last update. It's a pretty decent primer. I don't really feel like I'm going to repurchase it because it's somewhat similar to the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer that I really love that one. So I don't need 2 hydrating primers. I have the one I really like, but this one was good, you know? I didn't have a problem using it up. I also used these 2 Rimmel face primers, the Lasting Finish face primer and the Stay Matte primer. These ones I am moving out in order to pan at a later time. I also ended up using these 2 face primers and I am going to move these ones into the to be panned pile as well. Another one from the Body Shop, it's the Skin Primer in Matte It, which I had actually panned previously like a year or 2 ago, and another mattifying primer from Sonia Kashuk. This is the Primer Base Perfecting Mattifying Primer. So these 2 I did use a couple of times over the last like 2 weeks and a bit, and I realized that I don't really like them enough to continue using them on a day-to-day basis. I have all these other primers and stuff that I want to work through, but these ones I can definitely see myself panning very soon. I want to have one primer I want to play with for the next 2 weeks and see if I want to keep or declutter it. This is from Bare Minerals. It's the Prime Time Oil Control Foundation Primer. I remember my foundation piling on top of it a little bit, so I want to give it another shot, see if I can still work with a little bit, at least enough to pan, otherwise I'm letting it go. I am moving out this foundation from CoverGirl. This is the Clean Oil Control Foundation in the shade 505 Ivory. I fell in love with this foundation. I was not expecting to like it. I really just did not have very good expectations or very high expectations because my experience with drugstore foundations has not been good, to say the least. And this was so good. I wore this in a lot of my recent videos. I loved the way that it made my skin look. Like, you can actually see how much of this foundation is gone from me using it over the last 2 weeks. So it is oil control, but I don't find it to be mattifying. I really find that it gives my skin a very nice natural finish. I'm not wearing it right now, but in some of my videos I was wearing it and I just would pile like some highlighter and stuff on top of it. It just gave me a really nice neutral base to work with, and the color was fantastic. Occasionally I mixed it if I wanted something a little bit lighter, like if I was planning to go a little bit heavy with like bronzer, if I wanted to use that, then I would go with a little bit of a lighter foundation in order to be able to bring some more color back to my skin. It sounds a little bit weird, but I can't really do a lot of bronzer on top of my regular foundation, otherwise it just makes my face look too dark compared to my skin, the rest of it, my neck and chest and hands and everything else, so I have to sort of do lighter to go darker. Anyway, I really ended up loving this foundation. It makes me want to try more from the clean line, and it's so affordable. I love that I found an affordable foundation that I really love, so I'm happy. I didn't have another foundation that was sort of like this coverage, this sort of finish. Everything I have is different, so it's a win. And I'm moving out my CoverGirl BB cream, the tinted moisturizer, as well, because I really ended up loving this thing again too. I actually wore this in a few videos. I loved the coverage. I felt like it gave me enough coverage that I needed if my skin wasn't behaving too badly, and really it hasn't been that bad that I could get away with using just a BB cream, doing the light coverage thing. Never really would have thought. I've really been caking it on, but I've liked to go a little bit lighter, and this has been really great. I remember why I loved it so much, because it is just such a tint of color. It's not extreme, and it's a really good color match for me. This is fair to light, and it really matches me very well. So another winner. So I'm moving this one out as well as the foundation, not to pan, but just to have as part of my like regular staple collection. So I also have a few things to declutter, actually quite a few things. So I didn't mention this at the beginning of this update, but I am planning to throw in as many things that I can possibly declutter that I've tried as I can, just because there's no point hanging on to things that aren't working for me or that are too challenging to make work for me. So to start, I have two BB creams. This one is from Aveeno. This is the Clear Complexion BB cream in Fair to Light, but it's really, really orange. This is almost a full bottle because I used it a couple times and I just could not make it work for me. Same thing goes with this one from Rimmel, the BB cream. This is in the shade Light. It's a 9-in-1 skin perfecting super makeup, but it's too orange for me. I could mix it with a white foundation mixer, but then I find with a BB cream, the coverage is already a little bit different because you're sort of dealing with a glorified tinted moisturizer. And if you're shearing it out even further, you're not really getting much of anything from it. So I'm not going to bother hanging on to either one of these anymore. I'm also going to declutter a CC cream. This is from the Sephora brand. I'm not sure of a color or shade, but again, it's very, very dark for me. It's already got sort of the swirl in there. I don't want to try and mix it. Like, I did try and mix all three of these things, the two BB creams and the CC cream, with a white foundation mixer, the one from the Body Shop, to see if it would be worthwhile keeping, and it just was not. Like, I've got all these other things that I like to use and other things that I'm working through that there's no point in keeping something that's just pain in the butt to use. And I have two foundations that I'm also decluttering. This one is really old. I thought I had decluttered this already, so I was sort of surprised to come across this. This was the L'Oreal Visible Lift Serum Inside Line Minimizing Makeup. This is in the shade Nude Beige. Too dark for me. It's one of those things I bought was on sale. I thought, oh, I'll just try the formula because, yeah, that's a good idea. No, especially because I think it was already like discontinued or something when I bought it. There's no point, but I got a little addicted to just trying stuff. And the Almay Smart Shade Anti-Aging Skin Tone Matching Makeup. Yeah, the whole skin tone changing thing is such a gimmick. I'll talk about it more in a second here, but this one did not work for me. It's in the shade Light, and it's, again, too dark, and it's just not worth me keeping. So I feel pretty good about decluttering a bunch of stuff. So in terms of what I'm planning on trying and using over the next 2 weeks-ish, I have the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB Cream in Fair, and it's sort of the same thing, where it's like, it magically matches your skin. Like, it doesn't, but the fair shade is a pretty good match for me. I will occasionally mix it with the white foundation mixer as well, but that one actually works. Like, it's much closer to my skin tone, so I don't really have to work that hard with it as I do with the other ones, and I really have to blend hard. And it can still look kind of unnatural. And if I don't blend well, you get like the orange streaks on your face. Yeah, not with this though. So this is actually pretty good so far. Because my makeup basket was pushed a couple of days because of life, I've already started using some of these things. So that is one of them. I'm also going to play around with this Elle Flawless Finish foundation in the shade Porcelain as well to give me another foundation option. I have a concealer as well that I'm going to rotate in to play with a little bit. I feel like I could maybe try and use this as some sort of light coverage BB cream as well if I mix it with a moisturizer or something. This is the Elle Maximum Coverage Concealer in Porcelain. So I'm going to give this guy another shot. I almost forgot a face primer that I am decluttering. This is the Touch in Soul Feel Like Honeymoon Skin Base. So I have a mild allergy to like bee products, very mild. I don't know what I was thinking buying this, but I love honey, and it's one of those things that's like I eat it, I put it on my face regardless of any reaction I might get from it, just because I like it so much. So I thought this would be a good product because I like to tempt fate, I guess, but it didn't work out for me. It's really, really sticky to begin with. I just was not happy with this. I tried using it again a couple days ago, and I just could not get it to work for me. You know, like patting it on my face and then patting foundation on top of it, and it's still just like balled up and just looked so messy. So I hate having all these things I'm getting rid of because it feels like such a waste, but I mean, it's better gone than just sitting here and me not using it, or me like hating life because I'm forcing myself to use something that I mistakenly purchased. Hopefully, lesson learned. I also have a little guy from Stila that I'm decluttering. This is one of the convertible color dual lip and cheek cream. I didn't try using it as a lip product, but I did try using it as a cheek product. This is Lilium, and this color just made me look sick. Like, it really just made me look a little bit too flushed. I did go in very lightly with it, and I could blend it beautifully. Like, that wasn't the problem. It really was just the color that, for whatever reason, this particular shade makes me look ill. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye to that one because I just, unless I was trying to look sick, I don't see myself reaching for this ever again. So 2 highlighters that I'm moving out. This one I will probably pan in the future, the L'Oreal True Match Illumi Liquid Glow Illuminator in Ice. Decent, you know, I'm not super crazy about liquid highlighters. Every now and then I really love them, and then most of the times I don't reach for them. So I like to have a couple on hand to help me fight those urges from when I want to buy them, because I see other people using them and then I use mine and I'm like, oh yeah, you don't really like products like that. But it does make a really nice base, and it does help other things like really pop, and I like how frosty and light it is. So it's definitely a product I can see myself panning for sure. I think it might be a really cool like winter sort of product because I could get that whole Ice Princess thing. Anyway, I definitely would see myself panning that in the future. And the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearl highlighter I fell madly for. It's so intense, and I was not expecting it because it's e.l.f. and e.l.f. has that reputation of being cheap, and every now and then you might find like that secretly good product, and this is one of those things. It's secretly good. Like, you just would not believe how luminous this product is. I went a little nuts and applied it with some Fix Plus once, and it was too much for me. So what does that tell you? It's too much for me, and I like glow to be seen from space. Just on its own, really dry, it's super intense, and you don't even have to really build it up. You could definitely sheer it out if you wanted to, but like, this is awesome. I would totally recommend this highlighter to my fellow fair skinned gals who are looking for something that really shows up on your skin and really pops. This is such an affordable option. Like, it's like a couple of bucks. You cannot beat that. You just cannot. And then I do have one thing that I am decluttering. This is from the brand Vasanti. This is the Instant Pick Me Up Brightening Pen, which I just could not get any more product out of it. I tried to use it and it's just completely flawed. I hate packaging like this that's got the brush at the end and you're supposed to pump them out. I find they always malfunction for me, so it's not a huge loss for me. It's one of those products that I totally forgot I had. Pretty sure I got it in like a Birchbox or an Ipsy bag or something like that, so I don't have any attachment to it whatsoever. So for highlighters that I'm rotating in, the L'Oreal True Match Illumi Powder Glow Illuminator in Rose. Sort of dug that out, thought I would play with that a little bit, see what I really think. I also thought I would pull out this guy from ColourPop. This is Perilune, and this is a green highlighter, and I thought it'd be fun to have something that's like a little bit different. I don't necessarily think this is something that I'm going to be decluttering because I do generally like the ColourPop products, but I just wanted to play with it a little bit. I have finished with the little mini guy of the Benefit Cabral, at least as much as I can possibly get out of here. It just gets super messy now. I can see like a complete pan at the bottom, and trying to scrape around the sides just wasn't really working for me. This was good to get a sample of it, and I did like it because it was stiffer than Dip Brow, but I just don't see myself having it right now because I do like Dip Brow. I'm brow challenged and I just do what I can, so I just sort of use this on the daily as a pretty quick brow option to try and fix my brows as much as possible. This is, by the way, a makeup look that I would sort of wear daily. Notice I skipped out on the false lashes just to sort of do an everyday sort of makeup look. Might be a little much for some people, but yeah, this is pretty much a daily look. The only exception is I used dip brow instead of something like this, but you know, I just did what I had to do. We are almost at the end here. I have a few eyeliners I am decluttering. I decided not to bother mentioning the eyeliners I used and I'm keeping. Nobody seemed to really respond to my eyeliner section of this. So if you guys want me to add it back in, just let me know. I just thought I could save eyeliners for something else maybe, or just not talk about them at all. I'm just sort of working through them on my own and I don't really have a whole lot to say besides I'm keeping this or these are what I'm getting rid of, and I just thought that might interest you guys more to know what I'm getting rid of instead of what I'm keeping. So I've got 3 more of the little buxom eyeliners. I decluttered some of these in my last update as well. I just have a purple, a sort of whitish silver, and a gold because these really dried out on me and they're almost impossible to use. And same thing with the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon in Blacker. I might have even decluttered one of these last time as well. Just, I find it was really dry. All of the ones I have from Marc Jacobs and those buxom ones are all dried out. So as I'm coming across them in my little eyeliner box, I am pulling them out to get rid of. Like, of course I'm trying them first, but so far, none of them have worked. And the absolute last thing, so I did end up finishing the little Dior Show Maximizer Lash Primer. This is a white lash primer. I couldn't find another one right now. I think I have another one somewhere, but everything's in a giant box, so it might take a while for me to come across one. When I pull another one out, I'll make sure to let you guys know in my makeup basket updates because I really do like having my white lash primer. I feel like it really helps give my lashes some volume. I do still have the Benefit one, the tinted one for now, but this one served me pretty well. It wasn't my favorite thing. I've definitely used white lash primers that I like more and that would be a lot less expensive, but I didn't mind using it. So finally, mascaras. So I was using this one from YSL, this mascara volume, French words. This one was awful. One of the worst mascaras I've ever used in my entire life. My lashes looked like absolute crap after a couple of hours. Like it was like I wasn't wearing any mascara at all, even with a lash primer. Just bad. So I have no problem getting rid of this one. Used it for like a week and a half and then said, nope, enough of that. Why am I wasting my time? I have a lot of deluxe size mascaras that I'd rather use. So I literally pulled the first one that I saw and it was this one from Tarte. And this is the Lights Camera Lashes, and I love this one. This makes my lashes look beautiful. As beautiful as my lashes can look. I am wearing this mascara right now. I feel like it gives my lashes a lot of volume, and it makes them look fuller as opposed to the YSL one, which just made my lashes look bad. Like, why? I didn't even look like I was wearing mascara. So this one is the one I'm going to be using until it's done. Alright, so that is everything for my makeup basket. Let me know what you guys thought of the changes. If you liked them, if you didn't like them, if there's anything I could do better. As always, let me know. I will try my hardest. I was so disappointed with my last 2 videos, my 2 lipstick roulette videos. They were just awful compared to how hard I've been trying. I was just totally off, and the feedback I got really reflected that, and I've just been thinking about it all day, and I just feel bad about it because I just don't want to be putting out like subpar content. So anyway, I'm trying hard to do my very best and I hope you guys can see that and hope that's reflected back. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and I hope I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.